So Google have just released the November 2024 core algorithm update. This was released 24 minutes ago as of recording this video. And they've basically just came out with this tweet saying, today we released the November 2024 core algorithm update. We'll add it to our ranking release history page in the near future and the update when the rollout is complete. For more on our core updates, you can visit the link, which I believe a lot of SEOs probably have visited. Now, a few things before we actually get into this PDF that they've released, or this page that they have released. I do have a page on how to recover from Google algorithm updates. Now, I will be keeping this up to date as and when I have got more information, but this page actually goes through on if you guys have been impacted by a core algorithm update, just go through it. It basically shows you how to pinpoint if you have decreased on certain pages, if you are potentially lacking topical authority, if you've got toxic backlinks. It goes into actual proper detail. You can also analyze winners as well, and also analyze losers using Ahrefs or using your Google Search Console. I go into detail as to how you should be planning out your topical authority. And also, I go into like crawler entry points and exit paths, and also internal linking, costs of information retrieval, and content pruning as well. I've got a full-on infographic about content pruning. So if you guys potentially do lose traffic, feel free to look at this resource. It's completely free. The link will be in the description. Now, a few things prior to completely deleting your website or completely rearranging your website, right? A few things that I always say after these core algorithm updates. Right now, it's obviously the 11th of November as I am recording this. Let's say it takes till the 20th of November to fully roll out. I would also wait an additional 2 more weeks, so potentially like the 4th of December. That's when I would look to start actually making any adjustments through to my website. Mainly because there's basically what I like to call a settling time. And usually when websites go through a core algorithm update, they might initially see an increase in rankings, or they might see an initial decrease in rankings. But by the time the core algorithm has fully rolled out, you might have actually gained position. So don't make any harsh decisions. It's quite possibly the worst mistake that you can possibly do. I remember when I first got into SEO, I would be constantly analyzing, and I would be constantly trying to improve or thinking that I was improving my website. But in actual reality, I was actually causing more harm than good. So it's probably going to sound counterintuitive, but this is probably a good time to go on holiday and just chill out for maybe like 2 weeks. Obviously, you can analyze the SERPs. Analyze what's actually started to come up in rankings, what's started to go down in rankings. But for now, I wouldn't make any harsh decisions. Now, a few things that the actual Google team have said themselves. So review your top pages and queries, basically like what I've shown you guys on this article here. You can analyze your winners and your losers using either Ahrefs, or you can also do it using SEMrush as well. Look at small drops, so from position 2 to position 4. If there is a small drop, there's probably not a drastic action that you might need to take. You might just need to build a few more internal links. You might need to slightly improve the content. However, if you have had a large drop, so position 4 to position 29, you're probably going to want to do like a deep dive. You might be having some major technical SEO issues, so on and so forth. Another thing that they also mention, and I actually show you guys how to do this in the piece of content that I've put out, is you can actually analyze your drops in Google Search Console. So if I load up this image, you're actually able to compare today's date to, let's say, 10 days ago. So what I would be doing is waiting for the core algorithm update to finish rolling out. And let's say if you decreased in rankings, potentially set the before date to like maybe 9th of November or 8th of November, and then set the after date to after the core algorithm has actually finished rolling out. So when your website's actually decreased in rankings. And as you can see here, you're actually able to see the click difference. So you're able to see like, okay, this page has had minus 112 clicks, this page has had minus 72 clicks, this page has had minus 66 clicks, so on and so forth. So then you're actually able to create a hit list of actual pages that have been impacted by the core algorithm update. And those would be the pages that I would be looking at, seeing as to why they've potentially been hit by or impacted by the algorithm update. Now, what you can also do as well is, in some cases, websites, or in a lot of cases, websites go up as well. So you can actually see which pages have increased in traffic as well. And you can basically try to reverse engineer what you've done well on those pages that have improved in rankings and try to replicate that on your lower performing pages as well. So that's another important thing to look at. Now, another thing that you can also do as well is you can do a very similar setup to this on Ahrefs. So if I load this page up, you can actually analyze winners and see the correlation. So for example, if two websites have recently went up after this core algorithm update, you can look at their backlink profile. You can try to figure out as to why those websites have improved in rankings, and seeing if you can also try to replicate their SEO strategy, whether that's improving your content, whether that is getting more backlinks, building more domain authority, improving your internal linking. There's a lot of reasons as to why websites fluctuate in rankings after a core algorithm update. It's not just a magic bullet that you can basically take and that's it, boom, your website's recovered, or boom, that's it, your website's now 10x in traffic. So just remember that. But again, this is on Ahrefs. You can actually tick to see which pages have actually, or which websites have actually improved in rankings and which websites have actually decreased in rankings as well. So to actually get to this page, just so you guys know, if you just go to Keyword Explorer on Ahrefs, and if you just put in any keyword that you want, so for example, if I do, let's say, men's smart watches, right? And if we click on US, as you can see, this is the position history. So you can actually see which pages or which websites have actually improved in rankings. So for example, if we click on Citizen Watch, these guys actually started to see a massive jump after the December 2022 link spam update. So they might have potentially done a disavow, and now, as you can see, they started off in position 75 and now they're position 5. So what we're looking at here is potential commonalities throughout websites. Now, you're going to probably want to wait a couple weeks before you can properly analyze this stuff, because right now you can obviously analyze prehistoric algorithm updates, but right now you can't obviously look at what's changing right now in the actual SERPs. So wait maybe a couple weeks, or wait until the core algorithm update's fully rolled out, and then wait another maybe 1 or 2 weeks and then do this analysis. That's what I highly recommend, and then you can very quickly start auditing your competitors, seeing what they're doing, and then reverse engineering their SEO strategy. A few other things that I'll very quickly go into as well. So websites typically do get hit after core algorithm updates if they're not covering the topic in its entirety. So what I recommend for this is having top of the funnel keywords, middle of the funnel articles, and also bottom of the funnel articles as well. There's a really nice diagram on the website that you guys can check out there. You've also got crawler entry points. So very quickly, without being too nerdy on this, you can use tools like JetOctopus, analyze your server logs, and see whereabouts Google has actually consistently crawled your website. So a lot of people, they look at only crawl depth, which is good, but you also want to look at which pages Google's continuously going back to and recrawling. So that's super important, because if, say for example, you've got a page and it's like, let's say example.com/Kazra, and Google consistently hits that page, you want to make certain that you're spreading your internal link equity throughout to other pages. So if you're obviously internally linking to other pages, that can definitely help you a lot as well, if that page is consistently getting Google's crawler, going back to it. Now, I promised that was the last nerdy thing that I'm gonna go through. A few last bits. Internal linking, making certain that your internal links is really good. You can't go wrong. I highly recommend using a tool like Screaming Frog for something like that. So, although Screaming Frog isn't the sexiest looking tool by any means, you can actually see like which pages on your website has the certain amount of unique inlinks. You can also look at word count as well. So I've got a few pages on my website that have got low amounts of word count, and that's usually a good indicator as to pages that you should be going back into and optimizing the actual content, or potentially building more internal links through to it as well. We've also got costs of information retrieval. Again, I said that the last thing was going to be a little bit less nerdy, but this is a little bit nerdy. But if you think, right, there's a direct cost of how much it impacts Google to crawl your website. So, for example, this website here, right, it's got 6 high quality pages. We're going to set a dollar value of $1 per page. It's definitely cheaper, but just for the sake of maths, right? So for this website, it's cost Google $6 to crawl the entire website. On website number 2's example, right, it's still got the 6 good pages, but it's also got 4 mediocre pages. Now, those mediocre pages could be having toxic links, it could be a lack of internal links, it could be low content or bad quality content. Now, for the exact same content on this page, on this website, it's cost Google $10. So always remember, try to improve your cost of information retrieval. So you can obviously do that by improving the content, improving your internal links, or potentially content pruning, which we will go into in just a second as well. Now, this is my content pruning diagram. This is basically what you should be following if you are looking to delete certain pages as well. It's going through every single possibility. In some cases, you might not need to delete pages, but you might want to improve certain pages by doing social traffic or by improving the internal links. In some cases, you might also want to 410 the page. Now, a 410 basically means like the next time Google visits that URL, it gets prompt to never visit that URL. It's just wasting Google bots' time. So in that case, you're actually improving your overall website crawl budget as well. But that's actually the full article. There's a lot of additional bonuses and tips that I've actually went through. There's a lot of questions that I've also answered as well. But I'm hoping that this article will actually help any of you guys that do get impacted by the core algorithm update. If you guys are struggling with the core algorithm update, feel free to head over to my website, click on the big work with me button, and I will be in touch. Fill out the form and I'll get in touch with you. But that for now has been the actual core algorithm update that's been rolled out in November. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them down below, and please remember to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.